What? No store has Digimon.
What's up, YouTube? This is Jack Jaguar, and I'm here with...
Miles Bradley.
And what did you do?
I got top 5 at the Albuquerque Regional.
Nice. And what did you play?
I played Ebel Fiendsmith.
Ooh, okay. And how many cards are you playing in the main deck?
45.
Okay. And did you feel pretty satisfied with it? Were there any changes that you thought about making after the fact?
There was only one change that I think I would make to the consistency cards, but it's kind of 50-50 because it did come up and I did like it, but you could change it, you couldn't change it. 45, 44, it's fine either way.
Gotcha. All right, well, let's go ahead and get into it.
All right. So first and foremost, we have one of the best cards in the deck. We got our 4 copies of Samsara. People love imperming, Veiloring this thing. Why, I don't know. Aerial Eater and Muckracker are awesome. We have our Ebels. 2 Spirit, 1 Ebel, 1 Terror. This card is crazy against Tenpai. It literally won me a round against Tenpai with Nightmare Pain. Absolutely crazy. We have 3 Throne, and of course, the one of Terraforming. This card is also silly. We have the 2 Squirmer. I only wanted to play 2. I didn't want to brick on it at 3. I know some people like it at 3, but 2 felt really good to me. 1 Nightmare Pain. This thing was a magnet for Cyclone at the regional. I could understand you wanted to play 2 of this 100%. My least favorite part about the deck, the 2 Beasts, the 1 Chaos, the 1 Gates, and 1 Map. I really didn't like this because this, like, you saw this and you get Drolled, it feels really bad unless you have Spirit, Ebel, Terror in hand to make a Phantom to rely on with hand traps, but this just, I don't like playing this. I wish we didn't have to, but it's so consistent, and if it goes, if it's able to resolve without being hit with a Droll, like you feel good. My favorite part about the deck, we have 3 Engraver, 1 Lurie, and 2 Tracked. A lot of people like playing 1 Tracked. It's become pretty standard at this point. I think 2 is the way, just because you top deck an Engraver, then your whole Fiendsmith engine is just alive, plus some with the Engraver in the graveyard. You just plus so hard off of it. 1 Shavara, 1 Chamber. I don't like playing Escape. We already end on a board with 5+ interruptions. I think Escape is greedy. Chamber gets you into your Rage, into SP, and then also if you don't need to do that, you stick Rage on the board. This can also get you into Muckraker later. Non-engine, we played 3 Ash, 3 Nib, 3 Imperm, 3 Veiler, 3 Droll, and 2 Talents.
Okay.
So this is a pretty hefty non-engine lineup. It's 17. I just wanted something to supplement the soft and hard bricks in the deck, and what better way to do it than with non-engine. Droll felt crazy against fire. I feel like a lot of them like opening with the Fiendsmith engine to protect against Nib. So Droll just felt super free all day. Veiler was good. Talents was a real card. I got Talents a few times. Nib was crazy. Anytime I resolved Nib, I felt like I was just winning the game. Let's get to the extra deck. Extra deck I really liked. 2 Phantom. Didn't really miss the 3rd. It did come up a time or 2, but I didn't really feel like I needed it. 1 Requiem, 1 Sequence, 1 Moon, 1 Necroquip, 1 Eater, 1 Desiree. Pretty standard stuff. All the friends. Caesar, Varudris. This card is insane. I feel like a lot of people don't prioritize making this. Varudris is just, it's like the Link 4 Unchained monster, but with an Omni Negate, and it's gigantic. Yama, Rage, standard. Rage is like the best piece of interruption we have. Muckracker, you need to play this card if you want to run Aerial Eater. If you get hand trapped to death, you can flex into Muckracker, and on top of that, Muckracker is pivotal for the Fiendsmith 1-card combo lines. SP, and then Cross Sheep. Cross Sheep is probably the most broken card in this deck. Cross Sheep enables you to play through hand traps so hard. And on top of that, like if you get to play through or play uninterrupted, you end on a board with Caesar, Rage, Varudris, and then if you draw the Fiendsmith engine, you can get into Desiree as well. Like, it is just an absolutely unbreakable board, and it's insane. This also came up with nib a lot, like getting nibbed and having some sort of an extender, like, you know, gates to revive, something to get another body on the field and go into Sheep with the capability of making Phantom, and then you just go full combo through the nib. And bodies aren't ever a problem with this deck. Side deck, of course, we have our back row hate. Kind of ironic considering my only loss was to Runic Whitewoods.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of sad.
The anti-Anos package.
Yeah, it is the anti-Anos package. Game 2 against Anos, I drew 2 Cosmics against him. Felt bad. The mandatory Bystials, I decided to side them because I wanted to see Droll, and testing Droll felt really strong against Fire. This is more for me against Ubel, which I didn't play against. So I only sided this in against the Whitewoods Runic player. A card that I didn't want to play but decided to play, Spooky. People like playing to time, is what it is. 2 Phantasme, and then what was 3 Charmy. Shout out to Matt for letting me borrow his Charmies. This engine was insane, especially paired with the Bystials and the Nibirus. Like, you see any combination of those cards and you just plus so hard. Yeah.
Nice. All right. And so there's nothing you would really change in it, I guess, like maybe some ratios, or is there anything that you kind of want to cut or anything you feel like adding after
The
that
only
experience?
thing I really want to cut was the map, because it seems like every time post game 1, I was 100% of the time cutting the map because of that pay half your life stigma. And on top of that, it adds to your hand and it plays you so hard into Droll. And if you get Drolled while you haven't normal summoned the monster, like, you can't flex into anything else after that. You have to normal summon the monster when maybe you don't want to normal summon your Samsara. Yeah, I think it was really nice. I really like the non-engine lineup. If you're going to a bigger event, try to play around with the Drolls versus Bystials in the main. Just do a lot of testing. I just prefer Droll. I think it's a super easy win card if you happen to see it in the right circumstances.
Nice. All right. Well, thank you for the deck profile. Did you have any shout outs you want to give out?
I did. Shout out to Matt and Anas for being my roommates, and Matt for driving and letting me borrow the Charmies. And shout out to Brian Jackson. We did a lot of testing. We did a lot of theorying. He was hyping me up all day. I got paired against Tempai my first 2 rounds. I got shifted out of my mind and still won.
Nice.
He was hyping me up. He was keeping my head really straight, and I definitely couldn't have got 5th without him.
Nice. Awesome. Well, I'm glad the community came together and you guys went to Utah and bodied them. So I'm glad that you came back with this beautiful mat. It looks really good. All right. Well, thank you, Miles. We appreciate it, and congrats on your top.
Yep. Thank you.